All right, so we're gonna start by looking at the muscles. So I first want you to kind of start by putting your fingers together like this. This is gonna help us see our palmaris longus really strongly right there. And so this might be kind of hard to see, but your flexor carpi radialis is actually gonna be radial to your palmaris longus. So again, you can really see that popping, but if I add some pressure here while you flex, I can really feel that flex or carpi radialis right over there. And then now we're going to move on to flexor digitorum profundus. So I'm going to kind of have you lift your fingers up one by one here, and I'm going to add some resistance just to make sure that they aren't weak. And oh, this one here. All right, and then your pinky here. All right, and then now to do superficialis, I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit more space and I'll have you lift this front one. I'm gonna kind of flick it there, show the superficialis is working, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of pressure, just make sure it's not like weak or anything. And I'll do that with these fingers. All right, and then this one. And add a little bit of pressure. And then try your pinky. So some people actually don't have the flexor digitorum superficialis in their pinky. So sometimes it's helpful to move into gravity eliminated and then just see if you can kind of bring that pinky together to do that. So next is gonna be your flexor carpi ulnaris. So again, I want you to kind of bring your hand forward and flex your wrist a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of resistance there. So your flexor carpi ulnaris is gonna be right there. Your muscle belly is not bulging a whole lot, but I can feel it there working. Then we're gonna go with your abductor digiti minimi. So I kind of want you to bring this pinky out towards me there, and then that's gonna be your abductor digiti minimi. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can feel it flexing. And then I want you to bring your pinky kind of up towards you, and then that's gonna be your flexor digiti minimi. And again, this hypothenar eminence makes it a little bit hard to see, but when I add resistance, so do that again, I can really feel it right there kind of working. And then I want you to bring your fingers together like this. And so again, if I add resistance, I can feel that opponent's digiti minimi working kind of along here. So then I'm gonna look at your abductor pollicis longus and your extensor pollicis brevis. So this is going to be radial to your anatomical snuff box. So this is going to be your anatomical snuff box. So I can kind of feel right here. So if you wiggle your thumb around a little bit, you can feel the two tendons. They're right next to each other. So again, we're going to have the abductor pollicis longus and then the extensor pollicis brevis right there. And then we're going to look at the extensor carpi radialis longus. Again, these are kind of hard to see, and the brevis. So the longus is going to be kind of underneath your index finger if you follow that along. And then I'm going to have you extend your hand or your wrist, and then I'm going to add resistance here so I can feel that extensor carpi radialis longus, and then the brevis is going to be towards underneath the middle finger over here. So again, not one that's going to be easy to see in the video, but that's where those two are. And then for the extensor pollicis longus, that's going to be this one right here, so you can really see that prominently, the extensor pollicis longus, and that's again where the extensor pollicis brevis and abductor pollicis longus are going to be right over here. And next I'll have you do extensor indices, so I want you to kind of flex your other fingers there and then pull it up, and I'll add some resistance, and you can really see that extensor indices working right there. And then for extensor digitorum communis, I want you to kind of put your hand in a position like this to kind of remove the lumbricals from making this motion. So when you do that again, and then kind of, yep, so there's going to be your extensor digitorum communis. And you can really see them. And then this, again, is helping you remove the lumbricals so you know that that's what's working there. And then your extensor digiti mini-me, I'm gonna have you kind of put out your pinky like this. And again, I'm just gonna have you kind of extend against it and then press against. And I'm gonna add some resistance. And I can feel that extensor digiti mini-me working right there. And then for the extensor carpi ulnaris, I'm gonna kind of have you bring your hand up into a position like this, and I want you to extend your wrist and ulnarly deviate. So that's really gonna make that muscle here, and I'm gonna kind of add a little bit of resistance, make that muscle belly pop right there, is this extensor carpi ulnaris. And that is it for the muscles.